Kevin Sidebottom here, speaker, author, and trainer, and I go around and I teach sales organizations and leadership teams how to grow trust and influence with their customers and their team members to generate more revenues and higher profits. Today, let's talk about how we set up our sales strategy plan. Well, our strategy is one of those big words that we like to use to say, hey, I've got a strategy and how I'm going to accomplish things. That's your overarching plan, right? Well, here's the deal. When we start throwing those around, a lot of people will start going, well, what's our strategy? What's our tactics? How are we going to bring people in? How are we going to motivate people to come buy from us? Here's what we need to be doing. We need to constantly be investing in our teams, our sales teams, our customer service people, our service teams, our warranty. That's what we need to be doing. If we set up good service and people are served well, they're going to buy from us. That should be our strategy. Okay? Now, how do we do that? Well, we make sure that we have a sales process set up that everybody is using. That's right, everybody. Everybody in the organization should be using and following the sales process when they're interacting with the customer. Should be learning about people, finding out their situation, what's going on, what are the issues, and their ramifications. They should be focusing on those 3 types of questions. And they need to follow the sales process from beginning to end so they answer the 5 buying decisions that every customer has. Because listen, every customer is coming to you with 3 questions of their own. Do I like you? Do I trust you? And how can you help me? So if we're going to have just the salespeople doing that, but not customer service and warranty and all those other people, guess what's going to happen? They're not going to trust our organization. Because listen, our organization is the second buying decision. And if we fail at that, customers are not going to be buying from us long term. So if we want to have a strategy in place, it better be to have a rock solid process in place. And I know process doesn't sound very sexy. Strategy sounds better. But you need to have a sales process. The reason why is a sales process is something that can be repeated over and over again with great efficiency, and you don't have to spend much time thinking about it because you're just constantly doing it. Something like getting ready in the morning. You do so without even thinking about it. You put on your shoes, you put on your clothes, you brush your teeth. You do all these things without really thinking about it. And that's why you get all these great ideas when you're in the shower, right? Because you're not thinking about that. Your mind is open so you can be more efficient and move faster. So, implementing the right sales process will make your teams more effective. And that is what we definitely need to have. That should be our sales strategy. Now, we should also have the sales strategy of investing in our teams. Because if we're not constantly investing in our teams, they're not going to succeed. That's right. So we need to at least have 1 training a year for our teams. Yeah, especially our sales team. They need to come in and go through a training. And a lot of times it means hiring somebody in to actually train. Because a lot of times people will say the same thing that a trainer will say, but everybody will grasp what the trainer said. I don't know why, but when I first started in sales, our CEO, who is the best salesperson I've ever seen, would tell us all these things, but he'd actually bring in a sales trainer that say basically the same things. And you know what happened? Our sales grew because of it. He didn't understand it, but he knew if he invested in the teams, they were going to grow. And we did. I mean, we were growing during the past recession. That's right. We grew. When others were faltering, we were still growing. It's because they were investing. And that's required if you want to have a good sales team and a good strategy is to invest in our teams. We also need to make sure that after that, we do a debrief after that training. Bringing everybody together that's in that training so they can actually talk about the positive takeaways from that training, what they liked. Because everybody's drinking from a fire hose and they're not going to grasp everything. But someone's going to speak up and say, hey, I really like this and this is why. And someone's going to go, oh, I didn't really think of that or I didn't hear that. Tell me more. And they're going to learn from each other. They're going to build bonds, which is going to make them stronger. And they're going to have more insight as well because they're going to have that collaborative effort. So we need to make sure we have that. We should also have the strategy of making sure we're studying the market. That's right. We need to have the training of the marketplace. What's our competition doing? What are they selling? What are their new products? How are they selling against us? We need to be learning from each other, so have the sales team go and do some parts of these trainings, because the best way to learn is to actually teach. That should be part of our strategy. Now, by investing into our teams, by constantly investing, they're going to grow stronger. They're also going to stay with our organizations. They're not just going to leave for the next big paycheck. So when people see that we're adding value to them, they'll stay. We want them to stay because the more and more we have to bring in new people, that means our efficiency goes down because we have to onboard people, we have to interview people, costs go up, and profits go down. So the more we just invest in the right people, guess what happens? We're stronger, we're faster, we're moving more efficient, profits go up. That's what we need to have for our sales strategy. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My contact information is below. If you like this video and it's helpful, hit like, share, send it to somebody you think it might benefit. That's why I do these videos, is to help you. See you next time.